Thank you all for being here. Tough night for our team, my guys, and I give credit to Cal State Fullerton for that. They were terrific and deserved the win for the performance that they had. I thought that Kyle Allman in the first half had a dominant performance, and Khalil Ahmad had that in the second half, and they were good, not just on the offensive end, but I thought their defense against our team was excellent. Give their coaching staff and program credit for an outstanding performance. They were the deserving champions.
Okay, questions? Wait for a second. All right, seeing none at the moment. Coach, can you tell me a little bit about your thoughts? Just, was there a turning point? Was there a big difference point in that, or in the second half where you kind of felt it slipping away, or?
I didn't feel like it was slipping away. I mean, our team has character, and I thought that we didn't really lose contact. We kept it around a 10-point game, We'd all watched Davis, Fullerton come back on Davis last night. We'd seen the performance our team had late against Hawaii to come back. I don't think there was any lack of belief on our part that we could get back in the game, but the difficult shots that Allman and Ahmad made, against pretty good defense, were the difference. And they made those in a good run on a number of possessions in a row that were able to spread the game and dictate it. So credit to them. I think sometimes in basketball, good offense beats good defense, and those two guys tonight did that.
Right there, please. Go ahead. Wait for the mic.
I have a question for Evan. Obviously not the turnout that you expected, but can you give a little bit about what can be learned about the experience that you had over the course of these 3 days?
Yeah, I feel like we grew up a lot, just especially during these 3 days, during the whole season. And, this was good for us. I feel like we lost, but this is in some way a learning lesson. It can allow us to, take what we learned from this game and work on what we need to work on in the summer. So I feel like we're going to continue to pull together. We're going to continue to get better, and we'll be back.
Go ahead.
Good job.
Coach, you've talked about the resilience of the young team. How do you take this loss and parlay it into the continuation of a winning culture here?
That's a good question. We're gonna do that. We're gonna use this, loss as fuel, as Evan said, to continue to get better. I could not be any prouder of the guys on my team individually, the guys on my staff, the way that we have represented our university, with the way that we've played, with the way that we've carried ourselves as positive parts of the academic community at UC Irvine. All that stuff is meaningful. We all came into this game believing we were going to have success, and Fullerton was better tonight than we were. And again, I think they were better on offense, and I thought their defensive game plan and execution was also outstanding. It affected our decision-making. We never looked like a confident team on the floor other than Evan's individual performance, I thought, in the first half. So we'll learn from the things that they did that made us not as effective. That's been the best thing about working with this team. When we've had these experiences, they've made us better. Nobody in the league has been able to defend us and dictate on defense the way that Fullerton was able to do tonight over and over again. So I give them credit.
Right here in the front. Wait 1 second for the microphone, please.
Bob Kaiser, Orange County Register. Russ, they were driving the lane as you guys were early in the first half, and it was real physical, and all of a sudden they're pulling up jumpers. Did that surprise you at all, that they would stop driving the lane and just see if they could start making jumpers?
I don't think it surprised me. I mean, it wasn't like that was a conscious decision on their staff's part, I don't think. I think that early in the game, Kyle Allman made some tough shots, and he has great lift on his shot, so it's difficult for anybody in our league to contest him when he gets the type of lift he gets. And so he made some tough ones and got going early in the game, and then he did that again to start the second half. That's what great players do. He was the MVP of the tournament because of that type of performance. You know, I thought that the early foul trouble on my guys affected our rhythm and confidence. And, you know, that's part of the game. We've had a lot of that in all three games. We were able to overcome it in the other two. We were maybe not able to overcome it as well in this game. As we accumulate experiences together, we'll keep improving. That's what I know.
Russ, you guys are 5 of 12 1 point this season, and you won 10 of 13 to get into this game, and you only lose one player off this team. You've got to think that this is the beginning of something really good.
I do. I like the program that we have at UC Irvine in men's basketball. I think that we've had great continuity in our program with the players, with the coaches. We've built something that I'm proud of, and I think that people who watch us closely are also proud of because of the quality of character of the individuals that we have. And what that means is I think these guys who are talented are going to work really hard to improve. And that's what I think we've done this year. We showed resilience in responding to a schedule that was, you know, too difficult for us to have success, but we turned that into fuel for success in the conference. And I think that this performance tonight will now become fuel for our off-season improvement. And I do believe the future's bright for us. It's also worth noting the future's bright for Cal State Fullerton. The two main guys, three main guys they have are all juniors, so or two juniors and a sophomore. So there's a good rivalry in Orange County between our program now and theirs, along with some others in the league. And I give Coach Taylor and his staff credit for what they've built at Cal State Fullerton.
Regarding that, Coach, the crowd tonight was really strong for both teams. Did that feel like a great rivalry game, something that's kind of unique maybe to this tournament?
Well, we knew it would be a great rivalry game. It didn't feel as much like that in the second half for us because it felt like we were climbing we're climbing uphill. And so we didn't, you know, create enough positive plays to really get our crowd excited the way their crowd was and give their fans credit. You know, I know that feeling. I've experienced it. I'm happy for them, I guess. I am happy for them. What is it, 8 different teams have won this tournament for 8 straight years. It's hard to win it. And I think we knew that. I thought that the experience that we had in our locker room with Jonathan Galloway and Spencer Rivers having been through this opportunity before, our team, many of our guys having been in this situation last year, I thought that it may help us. Obviously it did not, at least not enough to perform at a level where we could beat Cal State Fullerton tonight. They were good, and they beat us.
We have time for one more question if anybody wants it. Yeah, go ahead.
Russ, this team, Fullerton had 3 straight 20 losing seasons, and they played shorthanded in a lot of those seasons. What does it show about what their program has done to go from a 20-loss season and 2 years later they're in the tournament?
Yeah, as I said, I give great credit to Dedrick Taylor and his staff. They've done a nice job recruiting a mix of players from different places that fit well there and have clearly bought in to the style that they play, and they were excellent tonight. They've built it the old-fashioned way, I guess. The way that I feel like we've also built ours. I like that. It hasn't been like they've brought in a bunch of grad transfers, rent-to-players, stuff like that. I mean, that's a different deal. They've shown faith in the coaches and the players that they've recruited mostly out of high school, and they've done a great job developing those guys and making them better. And now they've got a NCAA tournament berth that they've earned. That's a good story.